those things. Now the chat is like wrecked, and what have I done? I
like the way it cuts to the camera of me as well. Anyway, Virtus Pro. It's pistol round, so Asilian's able to answer back on a Neo, but not before he gets 2 kills. And you can see that Taz is getting kills, so things are going very well here for Virtus Pro. But Asilian, he's doing work from the back of this B bomb site, and he's gone off big time there and turned this round on its head as MSL gets another kill. All of a sudden, it's all on Taz, the veteran, trying desperately to get this kill on MSL. He is going to chase him. He is going to get that kill. 1-on-1 with a minute on the clock.
This is just for the death cam. Taz is just trying to send some fake signals. He's going to drop down, and it looks like Asilian heard that.
Yeah, and this is the thing. I mean, don't get me wrong. Taz, I think, has played well at this tournament, but Asilian's been the standout guy. So in this 1v1, you've got to back Asilian. And plus, Taz has to make the plant, and Asilian is hot on his heels. He's going to know exactly where he is. Taz is going to get the plant, so that's part 1 of the mission. Peppers him at distance and gets some good damage onto him. So it's 64 versus 59. Oh, my word, Taz. What a great shot by him.
Man, that's insult to injury right there. He
just brilliant play in a 1v1.
3 frags in the pistol versus Asilian, who has been playing just a great tournament. All tournament long, he has just been playing so consistently for Reason. And then in that round, Taz just manages to step up and obliterate him.
Well, I would have backed Asilian there all day. If you put a 20 on the table for Taz, I'd have matched it. I'd have doubled it. But Taz brilliantly. Perhaps we shouldn't underestimate him. Pasha's going to get a little nade kill there. And oh, look at this for Freeze. Is he going to be able to pull a Neo here? He's heard that he's gone past, and he's going to sneak down. Bialy, too wise to it. He knows that game and takes Freeze down on the ladder with a P90. Neo gets another kill. And Asilian with the scout. Not able to do anything before Neo gets him. Neo looking sharp at the start of this map.
That was one thing that I was concerned about. Great turnaround headshot there for SMF. Just needed to do a 360. But that's what I was wondering about as well, is that VP have now had a break to kind of unwind, relax, make sure that they're well fed. You know, they went out to a restaurant before, or they made sure that they were just well energized going into this, whereas Reason are coming out of a tournament, a match, a best of 3, a very tense best of 3. They're coming straight out of it. So there's a question of stamina as well. Are Reason going to be able to maintain the level here versus VP? Because they're going to need a second win, and they're going to need it pretty quick here.
Yeah, SMF able to hold on to this scout. That might be a factor in this round. He's going to drop it for Freeze, and you can see there's a Deagle coming out as well for SMF. So they're going to try and do something here in this third round, but Virtus Pro, they did this last time. Their T strats on Cobble are really strong, and they get the pistol round and they can get ahead of steam, and we all know what that means for a team playing against the Polish.
Yeah, it almost feels like this map caters to VP's style, where they just kind of run together as a group and maul opponents to death. And right now, it's going to be Pasha leading the chart. He's got a pistol, so there's no reason why he wouldn't be taking point, trying to get info for his team. One interesting thing is that there's a stack at the back of this site right now. 2 members here for Reason Gaming, Asilian and MSL. Or rather, MSL. Yeah, it's Asilian and MSL. I'm not wrong on that. MSL, though, they have no idea where they're getting shot from. That's the thing. He's got that USPS. He loses his teammate, and Freeze is gone as well, though. So at the end, they try for the sneaky stuff, but Reason aren't able to make it work. They aren't able to land the shots.
Yeah, wasn't really able to capitalize on them not knowing where he was there, and it's 3-0, but Reason, we know they have a good defensive setup here. They have got guns now. This could be a very different prospect. I think one of the things that wasn't happening last time was Freeze not hitting his AWP shots. You know, he didn't really have an effective game on the CT half with that AWP, and he'll want to do that here. He needs to do that here, really. Otherwise, it's going to be very bad indeed for Reason. So he's having a look over the top of that smoke in the mid area, fully expecting someone sweeping his crosshairs, and Pasha actually was very close with that spam there.
Yeah, straight down, nearly gets the pull, but MSL, again, if Freeze is shooting at mid with that sniper, MSL is not far away. They do manage to trade in this case, but Reason still maintain the man advantage. So this is a bit of a problem now for Virtus Pro. They're going to have to go about this slowly and hope to be able to catch somebody out of position on Reason's side. They need to bring it back to a 3-on-3.
Well, that was 2 great kills from MSL, and that's what we've been talking about, you know. That wasn't spectacular, but he just does his work consistently. He gets those 2 kills, puts his team in a good position. And you're right, on this map in particular, he's been playing close to Freeze and just backing him up, making sure he doesn't get rushed, and taking advantage of the fact that Virtus Pro have to think about Freeze and try and neutralize him. And, oh, Freeze misses the shot again. So all of a sudden, a round that was looking comfortable, Virtus Pro have turned it round. Taz picks up a kill on Hunden as well. And SMF here, he's going to have to go big. He gets one. Gets the kill onto Taz. And he's on the back of this A-bomb site. Asilian gets the headshot on the Snacks. But, Bialy left standing, but Asilian well played to get Reason up and running. But, again, a costly round.
Very expensive. As we can see, they're going to be very limited in what they can pick up. They only saved an AWP. The rest of them are going to have to go for FAMASas. 1 M4 picked up for Asilian, but there's just limited nades. There's not a kit to be found on Reason's side. This is brutal. Whereas VP, fully equipped, they've got everything they need here to make this round happen for themselves. That was a bit costly, though, for VP, though. I mean, I expected them, with a man advantage, to be able to at least get onto that site, but they got caught in a very nasty crossfire. Asilian hit the perfect timing to catch them out in the open as they tried to make the mad dash towards that site. So, very well played there by Asilian. We need to see more of this, essentially, from him for a Reason to be able to come out ahead versus VP. Because it certainly isn't over. We're very early on here in the first half of this first map. So there's plenty of opportunities here for him to prove himself as a worthy up-and-coming talent.
Well, absolutely, and you know, he's going to need to be, I think, because again, FAMAS is up against AKs for Reason Gaming, and the economy will be bad if they don't win this round. So this is important, and Asilian's got that silenced M4. We know he's dangerous with it. Meanwhile, Freeze gets the pick with that AWP, and MSL putting one of those FAMASes to work, takes down Bialy. Another good pick from Freeze, and that's him settling into the game, which is very good indeed for Reason. So Pasha is pushing up the hill now, getting towards a bomb site, isn't able to get Freeze, and Freeze just hiding behind the flames. Hunden gets the last kill, and that was a lot more comfortable that round from Reason.
And this time around, man, Reason, they're going to be able to full drop here, no problem at all. But that was all about basically Reason. I mean, Freeze working very well with MSL, who was hiding in that corner. That 1-2 combination. Freeze takes the peek. He draws the attention. He gets the pick, most importantly. But even if he didn't get a pick, MSL waiting in that corner is huge because they're going to hunt after Freeze. They're going to try and catch him and punish him. And if MSL is there, it goes their way. This time around, it's Hunden and Asilian. Asilian getting both frags, in fact, although Hunden is up close. But this time around, they shut down this push coming in from VP. The eco round just not working out here for the Poles.
No, not at all. And you're making a good point there about MSL. I think the reason why it's working isn't just because obviously it's good positioning, good timing, good communications. But, you know, Virtus Pro are expending resources on trying to neutralize Freeze, which you have to do as T's. You've got to shut that CT AWPer out. And while they're doing that and they're throwing their flashes and their smokes and everything, MSL can get that timing. He knows he's safe. He knows he's not going to get flashed, not going to get naded. He can just get himself into a good position and pick up a couple of kills. And speaking of a couple of kills, there's Freeze with 2 as well. So Freeze settling in. This is much better from him. So 3 rounds apiece now. Reason Gaming have had a nice little run since losing the pistol round. Virtus Pro going 3-0 up. And we see, actually, Pasha has picked up the AWP this round, not Snacks.
It seems to be the go-to calling card for VP, at least. You know, give Pasha the sniper rifle and come to mid. So no big surprises here. Question is, are they going to realize, you know, if they go rushing in here, if they figure out that Freeze is holding close, do they know that MSL is holding close? Because this is what Reason do, round after round. If Freeze is holding mid, MSL is there as well, as we can see here through Freeze's scope. So this is going to come down to whether Pasha can figure this detail out. Right now, he's not really finding too much to work with. But this isn't where it's going to be important. He is setting it up right now, trying to make a bit of a diversion, because it's going to be a B-side, or rather a B-side push. And Asilian is going to be the first man.
Asilian again, the monster, just picking up 2 kills. And he's made this position his own every time. Pushes them back with a flash. He's going to push them back with a flash again. Great timing on that to pick up the 3rd kill. And that's going to be the bomb down as well. He's able, no, Hunden nicks it at the last minute, takes the kill on Neo, and the bomb is down. Wouldn't want to be Pasha right now because he's got no chance of saving this all. Fluffs the shot. MSL gets the kill. And you can see there's a little bit of a high five there.
Yeah, really well done there by Aecilian.
But again, it's Aecilian that just locks that site down. Seriously, he's been so good at just, you know, if you rush me, I'm going to at least get 2 frags.
Look at where he is on the scoreboard right now.
11-0-3, that's all you need to know.
He's the big difference maker right now. And 4 rounds in a row now for Reason. VP going to Eco because they want to make sure they can afford the AWP. But a lot of this is coming down to Aecilian and his ability to just shut down VP. Now he's in a great position. He is the linchpin right now. If they were to actually push towards this B site, his position would stop VP cold. Instead, it's going to be a push out mid, and MSL and Freeze double teaming it, but then 2 straight kills from VP to change things up. It's MSF now the only line here to stop VP from getting onto this A site.
And got to say that was a really important kill there from Bialy. I mean, this is a big round from him anyway, but he was able to take down Freeze. And Bialy, again, anything you can do, Aecilian, I can do better. And that's been the story of the tournament for Virtus Pro. Just when things are looking bad, Bialy or Snacks, you know, one of the two, they just step up and they will just clutch around single-handedly. Bialy right now has got to be one of the best players on the planet. He's absolutely incredible.
Yeah, there's no discussion there. He is definitely one of the top tier players. I mean, this entire team, though, I mean, it's a top 4 team in the world. So, you know, they have the advantage just as far as experience and raw ability right now. But for them to win an eco round is going to be a real problem here for Reason. As far as the mental game as well is concerned, they cannot be pleased with how that went. Now we're going to have the quick push out onto this B site, and Aecilian is going to be the only man left here for a reason. He's the lion. They cannot be allowed to cross this. And Aecilian takes the first man, but he gets dropped down to 5 HP. He's going to dart into the smoke. Smart play, but he gets caught by Pasha, who was rotating in. And that's going to be the end. Freeze is now the only man alive in a 1v2. He hits the proper timing there to catch Snaximus, but the remaining 2 members for VP are going to get out onto this side and get the plan.
And Freeze needs to do something here, and he's in a good position. Yes, he gets the kill on Bialy.
Oh, what a shot!
Sick play from Freeze. And I tell you what, considering it's late at night, it's been a long tournament, everyone is bringing their A game to this final. We're just seeing individual talent at its best here.
That was incredible after that first one, right? Then as you're saying it, he needs to come up with something big. He goes jumping through the smoke, catches the man planting off guard before he can get behind that pillar and play safe, and then catches the 3rd man out in the open. Freeze, that's the kind of play that's going to put your team through and take this title. That is what you need to be doing here as the Opera for Reason. Fantastic.
And like you say, you know, no guts, no glory. Freeze playing a bit more aggressive there. That's what you want to see from him, using all of his experience, all of his skills. And again, just a phenomenal play by him. So we've seen 3 great rounds that have been settled by one person. That's the level of quality in this final here. Freeze picking up another double. This guy is legit, people. Absolutely off the chain at the moment. So 2 kills for him. MSL gets one onto Snacks as well from his position. And Bialy and Pasha.
Problem is that Freeze is now sitting on the bomb.
Yeah, well, they might be. Well, they've got to be thinking about a save here, surely. Just keep the
left.
guns. Maybe you get a kill. Bialy not able to, so Pasha needs to save that up, really. And he read that he's getting wrapped around here, so he's going to switch position. But he's not going to go to total safety. Aecilian's hunting him down here with the auto sniper. Look at this. Perfectly positioned. Don't go around the corner. Well, Aecilian should have killed him there, really. Been praising this guy all day, and somehow Pasha, for a big man, he's nimble. He's evaded them. This guy's got the moves as well as the muscle. 17 seconds. Well, he led them a merry dance, but he wasn't able to save that up in the end. Hunden hunting him down. And 6-4 now for Reason, but again, Virtus Pro, 4 rounds. There's T on Cobble. It ain't bad. 5 more rounds to go, and we got an eco round coming in.
Well, we do have an eco round here, and Freeze and Aecilian was waking up. Aecilian unable to make that Scar 20 work, but still Freeze, again, another back-to-back solid round. So the question is now, SMF is going to be picking up the first round. This is going to be a rush out onto this A site. Hunden in position. He's going to get overwhelmed by Bialy, but there's still a Cillian alive at the back of the site. There you go. Connects with the first man. Going to stop this push cold pretty much. Now that they know that the Scar 20 is at the back of the A site, there isn't a lot of options here for VP. They're just kind of pinned down.
Well, yeah, not a lot of options with an eco, not unless you are going to do something absolutely ridiculous. I mean, both Bialy and Pasha are capable of doing it, but Cillian's going to take Pasha down, and that's going to be the bomb down as well. So Bialy with 40 HP is just going to have to try and get a kill. Nearly does.
He knows that Freeze is very low.
Yeah, he's going to push him here. He's going to get nade right under his legs for the trouble, but he might be getting Freeze here. That flash did some good work. Whoever threw that, say Freeze is bacon. And Freeze gets that kill onto Bialy, but I just love Bialy's thought, like, you know, if I'm going down, I'm taking you with me.
Total suicide mentality there.
Yeah. So, Reason Gaming, 7-4 up now, and getting settled into this game. Virtus Pro with a 5 AK buy. Freeze hot with the AWP. Cillian with the auto sniper at the back of that site. So, you know, Virtus Pro are going to need to do something here. Will it be one of their aggressive pushes? And it doesn't look like it will be, actually.
So it's going to be an aggressive push out of VP. They're going to be able to get up in here fairly quickly. Freeze can't react in time. Bialy catches him off guard, but there's a man holding close left. MSL is going to have a golden opportunity here to catch Bialy off guard. Bialy does check, however, but the spray from MSL is good. Snacks will walk in, however. Good positioning there by VP, able to get the refrag. They need to keep the pressure up. That's the problem. If Cillian brings that Scar 20 to bear out in the open like this, nowhere to hide, nowhere to run. Cillian hunts them down, but then peekaboo, Pasha's there.
Pasha again, the nimble giant, just somehow got himself into a position behind Cillian, and that's turned this round right on its head. Taz and Pasha now are in, well, a 2-on-1 situation, and it's Hunden that's got to make the clutch. No one would want the back Hunden in this situation. That's not his game. And indeed, Taz gets that final kill onto the in-game leader. 7-5 now, and Virtus Pro can be happy with the way that round went, because realistically, everything was set up for Reason to dominate.
They had the momentum. And MSL there, that was a shame that it took so long to spray down Bialy. I think that was the key point there, because if he can get 2 kills up in A apartments, Virtus Pro don't get anywhere near a site, and it doesn't put Reason in that position. So that's the problem. If he could have got that kill, it could have changed everything there. But VP, they're the ones who managed to come through this time around and pick up a 5th round. 5 rounds on T side is a big lead now for VP. They're starting to get well into that scenario where they're going to consider this half won. And going into the second half, they're going to have a lot of confidence. So all of the pressure at this point is on Reason to collect the remaining 3 rounds in this half. It's up to them now to shut VP out. And they have the money, they have the gear. They don't necessarily have that much money, but they had enough money for a full buy. So they do have the Scout, or rather the AWP on Freeze and the Scar 20 on Cillian, 2 very expensive rifles. So we need to see them do something big here. Cillian.
Yeah, this is going to be big all when it's the double. Just so frustrating. But what can you do? What can you do against this man with an auto sniper from that position on this particular map? Taz going to get a kill onto Freeze, and you know, Pasha can't just pop out with a Portaloo and kill him this time.
Great shot.
Although Snacks with a great AK shot at distance does get taken down to 15 HP. So it's a 2-on-2 situation. Hunden dancing around, trying to play for time. Very well played by the in-game leader for Reason. And Snacks has it all to do here. Surely he's not going to clutch this. 15 HP, Hunden. All you've got to do is kill him, but he's down to 7 HP himself, and he is going to hold his nerve and make that clutch. But look at that layer of sweat on his face.
Yeah, there isn't much of a celebration there either from Reason.
No.
They knew how close that was. They really did know how close that was.
Absolutely dripping off him. He knew how close that was. You even saw when he shook his crosshair, he's like, no, no, this can't be happening.
Oh, that little time as well, there was an option to just run away and try and find an angle and hide behind it and try and waste that time, but it wasn't meant to be that time around. SMF going to try and stop this eco push, but it's not really meant to be. Instead, it's going to be Hunden here. SMF and Hunden and MSL picking up frags, but Snacks and Neo are still alive. Neo on the hunt. Makes some noise there, so Freeze knows that he's close. But they have control of Connector at this point, VP. They could go either way.
Well, yeah, definitely could. You know, Snacks with an AK is capable of doing absolutely anything. And, even though Reason have the man advantage, the weapon advantage, the health advantage, the side advantage, you know, all bets are off when Snacks brings his A game to the table. So he's having a little creep around here, just flanking around the B bomb site. He knows that Acilian's going to be in his usual spot, and I don't think Acilian has seen him. And look at that, Snacks, another peekaboo moment for Acilian, and Snacks takes him down to 9 HP. So Acilian really just fighting to stay alive. He knows he's going to get pushed. He's got to be passive here. If he peeks, he dies. And while that happens, Freeze comes round, and his old friend Neo is waiting for him. MSL, unable to make it count. Snacks gets a long-range headshot, so all of a sudden, the damage Snacks has done to Acilian comes into play, and this is a brilliant round from Virtus Pro. What can Acilian do? 9 HP. Surely he can't clutch this. Surely not. As good as he is, it's got to be too much. He's got the headshot on Neo. He knows where Snacks is going to be. He's gone to defuse. He's seen him. He goes again.
Snacks is toying with him at this point.
Snacks is really toying with him, and he gets the headshot. Brilliant play from Snacks, just so calm. Look at Taz and Bialy laughing about it. Snacks just so cool. Valiant effort from Acilian, but what a great round from Virtus Pro.
And what a series of mistakes made by Reason as well, going in one at a time first off, but then MSL had a free kill. He had that kill in the bag. For Snacks to land that shot on him, for Snacks to land that headshot, that cannot be allowed to happen at this point. As far as Reason are concerned, they need those frags. They need to be getting those. So mistakes were made, and well, they continue to happen.
You wily politician, you. Mistakes were made. Do you know what? I take it back, Twitch chat. I actually saw something funny there. Someone said Acilian, more like a Silverian. Made me laugh anyway. But he's played it like anything but a silver. Wasn't able to clutch there, but I thought he did really well. And there it is, 8-7. Bleak times for Reason Gaming, because actually the score at half-time was better for them when they lost 16-12. So if anyone's improved on Cobble, it's Virtus Pro.
Yeah, that's the real problem here, man. And it may be history repeating itself. Well, no, it's still best of 5. But VP have a map advantage right now, so they're up 1-0 in this series. If they were to pick up Cobble again versus Reason, first map, Reason's map, Reason's best map, questionably. What happens to Reason going into the rest of this best of 3? They're going to get, they're going to get shattered after this.
Good save. They're going to get shattered.
Yeah, well,
but yeah, they are going to get shattered on. You're absolutely right. You know, they've got to win Cobble. Seriously, it's not even up for debate. If Reason do not win Cobble, they cannot win this final.
Now it's pretty clear cut here, but Bialy's going to manage to pick Hunden out of the sky. It's the Flying Hound, but not for long. And Acilian and Freeze are the last 2 members here alive, although Acilian does manage to pick up Pasha. So this is a big opportunity for him. Takes out Bialy as well, turns this into a 2-on-2. And just like that, off the actions of one player, Reason are back into this pistol round.
Yep. So 2-on-2. Acilian and Freeze, these have been the guys that have really been on form in this particular map. So that's how you'd want it. Snacks down to 10 HP. Not, again, no point in pointing out his health because it doesn't mean a goddamn.
This is all about information gathering right now for Neo. This is very well played by him.
Yeah, he's heard it. He's going to be calling that to Snacks as well. Or Snaximus, as he's called himself this tournament, which I think is brilliant. But, yeah, really slow, and Freeze read that well. It's, brilliant. Well played Reason. So it looked like it was going to be very, very bad for them there, but Reason Gaming were able to take that pistol round, and how badly they needed that.
They desperately needed something to give them some hope here. So the fact that they're able to prove that VP are mortal after all, that may give them a little bit of pluck going into the second half.
Well, it's definitely a shot in the arm, but let's not forget just how hard this map is as terrorists. So, yeah, great. You win a couple of ecos, sure, you're feeling pretty good, but when the buy rounds come in and you're going up against Snacks with an AWP, Pasha with an AWP, you know, auto snipers, you know, running into that CT wall, you know, it's very easy to get disheartened. So we will see how it goes, and Acilian gets absolutely battered there. A bullet just straight into the dome, and he's down to 17 HP. And this is Acilian's territory here, the lurking territory, as you called it. This is where he likes to play. And You know, again, it can be hit and miss for him, but he plays his game. He doesn't ever get phased, no matter what happens. Even though with the headshot, they have a little bit of a switcheroony with some of the weapons, which again makes sense. And you can see they're just going to wolf pack it in. Asilian's right at the back with that scout. This is very smart play from Reason. They're talking this out, 40 seconds. But look at Pasha. Well, he was a bit slow to pull the trigger there, and SMF is going to get that kill. So Reason Gaming are going to be able to make their way onto this bomb site. You can see Neo from distance trying to do something, but that smoke and MSL has shut off the rotates perfectly here. Going to get a kill onto Bialy, going to get a kill onto Taz. Snacks doesn't feel comfortable going because he knows MSL is there. So Snacks and Neo, 2-on-5 with pistols. They're just going to have to try and get some exits, try and take some guns. But ultimately, this is going to go 10-7 for Reason.
Yeah, Neo just got spotted out as well. They know that he's in the drop. Snacks, however, holding out just in the edge of connector. If Neo spots all these guys coming through here, though, this could be sad. But this is a problem. Triple spray down with the P250. And now Snacks can come in and just wrap it up. Freeze is finally going to pick him up. But all of them going together, stacked up like that, Neo, they just gave him basically a successful eco round.
Are you serious right now, Reason? You just give away your guns like that?
At least they stopped Snacks from doing more.
Well, it's just insanity what they did. Just again, just a rush of blood to the head. I mean, brilliant by Neo, but you know, they may as well have lined up for him and said, "Do you want to do it with one bullet?" Unbelievable.
Yeah. No, that's just one of those rounds where it doesn't happen every day. But that was a huge win there for VP. As far as Neo is concerned, he did his job. Getting 3 guns off of Reason Gaming. Even if Snacks didn't get more, that's still solid work there for VP. So VP, another round of eco coming up for them. Bialy going to pick up a gun. Neo as well. No surprise there. So next to $300. Neo just made $900 last round, so you can go ahead and
money in the
shell out $300. It's all right. He's not going to be too worried about it.
You can spend that on one of his designer haircuts.
Yeah, man, those designer electric razors, right? Let's see.
So
this is pretty much going as good as it gets for Reason, because this was an A-site stack for VP, and Reason just walked out onto the
the other site. I mean, that goes without saying. So Reason with a free plant here, and this makes it very hard for the rotating CTs to even think about taking any guns, because you know, the bomb site is so big, so vast, the distance is so far that you're always going to favor the rifles. But of course, as I say, that Bialy does get a kill onto Asilian of all people. So they're managing to take 1 gun, and Taz gets another as well. Surely you're not going to do this again, Reason, because this can start getting expensive.
No, it's not possible.
Well,
Freeze is far enough away, and he needs to jump up here to show himself. He can hold here all day. Don't move.
So 11-7. And here we go. This is the buy round. So we're seeing an AWP get dropped on the floor. Yeah, it's going to Snacks this time, so it won't be Pasha AWPing on the CT side. It is going to be Snaximus, the in-game leader, as we established earlier in the broadcast.
Seems like maybe when they swap sides, it's the roles that change. Because Pasha definitely was going for it earlier on. Okay, it's going to be Pasha.
Oh, Bialy with the spray down. Wow. Just over so quickly, and Reason just went to the worst place they could have gone.
There's not much more to be said than that.
Just amazing play, just a great crossfire, and well,
Reason are just trying to test VP basically, see if
but they don't want to do that.
Well,
what's there to test? You know they're good.
It's not. I'm not saying it's dumb luck, but it is lucky. If they can get out fast enough. I mean, Bialy also kept his cool basically and controlled that spray. So there is that. But if you can get there just fast enough, maybe you get past Bialy and then, you know, things go your way. This time around, however, in this round at least, Reason are turning things around. Good smoke there to block off Snaximus. He's going to be lurking, doing his thing in his element basically. But Freeze has found Bialy, so that's going to be one of the sites open.
And there's Snacks with a cheeky little double.
Okay, why are they peeking him again?
Triple. No problem for Snacks. So
he spotted this man too, but he misses the shot.
Fluffs it, but still, though, he's given Pasha a platform to actually win this round for Virtus Pro after a good start for Reason Gaming. So here he is, the big man. We've already established how nimble he can be, how sneaky he can be, and he gets that kill onto SMF and puts himself into a 1v1 against the Cillian on 7 HP. And look at Bialy. Ask him at HP. Pasha just peeks and kills him. And that's all about Snacks. Again, coming to the rescue. If it's not Bialy, it's Snacks. If it's not Snacks, it's Bialy.
Or it's Reason. Yeah, or it's Reason just gifting it, peeking one after another versus an AWP in Snacks' hands, no less. But an AWP, you know, just don't peek. Reason. What is going on? They're giving rounds away to VP at this point.
Well, you know, again, it has been a long tournament for them, and they're obviously nervous. They know they didn't have a great half. You see Taz and Neo just getting kills. Pasha again, he's coming alive late at night, and there's Bialy with the final kill. And Virtus Pro, you know, they're in a very good position here. They've got, you know, 10 rounds. They're on the CT side. Reason Gaming have got 11. And again, if Reason lose this round, their economy is going to be so bad it's going to put them onto an eco. So, big turning point potentially in the match. This is where Freeze needs to step up and show some of that CT form on the T half.
Exactly right. Well, he does have the AWP this time around. It's going to be MSL, actually. He's going to win the duel versus Snacks. So that's a big win there. Pasha's getting shot, however. So entrance to B side. He's taking some good damage. I imagine that's a Cillian up there. Yes, it is. So doing his lurker thing.
Yep.
Up in the lurker apps. But action is going to be happening over on this A side unless they decide to rotate around towards the B side. And it seems like they might go off of the damage that's been afflicted to Pasha. Maybe that's influencing Reason right now. A Cillian could be saying to Reason, hey, I've tagged the guy up. We've already got one pick. It may be better to go over here, seeing as how the defense might be a little bit weaker. But Bialy is here as well in the drop-down room, picks up a Cillian. So brings it back to a 4-on-4. Make that a 4-on-3 as Pasha is now going to be the man on the site. He spots them moving out, goes for the wild spray, cannot get around the corner fast enough, so that's going to be a bit of a problem. But Bialy is holding that hard line right now that's keeping Reason from committing to this site. Smoke is going to go down. There's a flash as well, but he's going to be able to open that angle up and not hit the shot on SMF.
So MSL really needs to do something with the AWP, and he's going to do something called dying. And there we go. So SMF does get the bomb down, but Taz gets the kill, and Virtus Pro will get this deep fuse and another round on the board. Going to tie it up, and Virtus Pro have got the momentum going forward. They've got the easier half. This is looking very bad for Reason Gaming right now.
Transfixed.
Yeah. Well, dude, the poker game's kicking off. Look, people are arguing, dude. I think God B is cheating at poker. Are you cheating again, God B? No, you're just lucky, right? Dennis just said all Germans are cheaters at poker. So, yeah, Gobby's got a massive pile of chips. He's done a lot better on the poker table than he has in the tournament, put it that way. I was about
to say. He's pulling a Destiny, basically.
So, 11-11, back to the game. And Virtus Pro are going to be feeling very good. They've got a man advantage here as MSL has died early. Snacks has got that up. You can see a Cillian in that lurking position, goes for the jump. Bad call. Taz read him like a buck. Might be time to switch it up as Cillian because Virtus Pro have got the read on how you play it. And SMF is going to get a kill on Neo, but not before Neo takes Freeze out of the equation. So a 4-on-2 for Virtus Pro.
And all the advantage on their side of the camp right now. It's going to come down to amazing play here from SMF, but a great flash by Bialy sets it up, and Taz removes Hunden as well. So just like that, VP, good control of apps, a good pick by Taz onto a Cillian, taking away that lurker, allowing for them. I think VP are starting to catch on to the fact that Reason do that a lot. If they have a Cillian there alone and a Cillian dies, chances are Reason Gaming, the rest of the team, are going to be over on the other side of the map.
This is the thing, right? So you can be tactically a great team, which Reason Gaming are on this map. You can be overall tactically a great team, which Virtus Pro are on any map. And what they've done is they've now played them twice. They're starting to realize how they like to play it. And Taz just had the measure of a silly in there. Just absolutely read him like a book, knew exactly what he was going to do, exactly where he's going to be, and he's neutralizing Asilian's involvement in this game. They're shutting him down. He's not having any impact from that lurking position. And if I was Reason Gaming right now, I'd change it up. But you know what? I think Reason Gaming have got so comfortable on this map, they don't even have a plan B right now.
It might be that. It might also be the fact that they aren't landing shots. And if you're not landing the shots, it's very difficult to change up your strat. So...
Yeah, well,
if VP are able to kill you at every turn, it's a problem. They might be caught in a mental cage right now, just trying to find a way out of that. I mean, Hunden is calling the shot, so it's going to come down to him to really try and revitalize his team.
Yeah.
Let's see, Hunden. Smoke goes into the drop zone. That's going to be a very nice one there.
Hunden's in a place to revitalize his team. He's clearly tired. He's clearly digging deep to find his own personal level of performance. And right now, Virtus Pro are outbraining him on the map that he is, masterminded to make Reason's best. It's hugely demoralizing, and even as a captain, it's very hard to put a brave face on this particular level of performance. Anyway, back to the action, and you can see that Reason Gaming, they're trying to play this slow. They don't want to get caught out, but look at this little boost that Snacksmith has done for Bialy. Bialy's going to get a kill onto SMF. And Reason are a man down again, and they're playing it slow. They're playing it cagey. Neo gets 2 kills, 3 kills.
Oh, my apologies.
No, I know. Semler, get Auto Director out. Bring in the third man. I'm kidding. I love you, bro. Your camera works sick. Bialy gets that final kill, 14-11. And we are on the precipice now. Virtus Pro, they know that Reason Gaming are going to be low on money. They know they're not going to have to worry too much here. They know if they get this and go to match point, Reason Gaming aren't going to have guns for that round afterwards. So
exactly.
This is the one that Reason Gaming have got to win if they want to have any chance of taking this map. And as I believe, any chance of winning this final.
Let's see, MSL. First man in, and Neo with the double, the triple. Snacks is there to support him as well. It's going to be Asilian and Freeze trying to do the best that they can, but they can't quite manage it. They do get a kill on Bialy, but Taz is going to find the one, and Asilian is now going to be the last man alive here. 1v4, walks right into the waiting arms of Snacks, and that's going to end things very quickly. The hopes for Reason quickly evaporating.
And this is it. So now you are... going down to the garden shed, getting all the tools out. What have we got? What can we use to kill these CTs? Not a lot of much. We've got a couple of gallows in there. It's just, it's going to be really, really tough here. So, I think there's no helmet on Freeze either. Just going to be a difficult round for them. But Virtus Pro now know we've got all these rounds to play with as Snacks gets that kill onto Hunden. We can even afford to lose these rounds. We don't need to win these rounds. We've got rounds to play with. Our money's fine. So it's going to take a superhuman effort here. And speaking of superhumans, it's Neo, who really has rolled back the years on this map, picking up 2 kills. Pasha gets another one. Neo finishes it off with the triple 16-11. Reason crushed by Virtus Pro on their home map.
And just as you say that, MSL walks out the door. But it's the brutal hard fact that they,
he knows it. He was there.
Again, VP managed to come out ahead on the home team's map, essentially. I mean, this is Reason's map. They've used it as their ace up their sleeve time and time again. And once again, VP take it first on the map pick, and they beat them on it again. So this is a problem. Now VP are up 2-0 in this series.
You can see from the footage. Look at this. Talk about, a tale of 2 teams. Snacks, just giving us like, get out my face, man. I bet, look at the team. Smiles, comfortable, relaxed. And then you look at, the footage of Reason.
Right? When you had teams of the likes of LDLC and NIP playing. Like, it is going to be rough. There's no getting around it. And Snaximus has already made his way into Garage, putting shots through to Squeak in case Reason decided to go for that upper site. Instead, he's going to run into a couple bullets there. That seemed to catch him off guard somewhat. He's going to spot them out in yard, but Hunden has already cleaned up ramp in the meantime. And they're actually wrapping it back around. Pasha in heaven, he's going to be able to spot them trying to come up the ladder, and he's just keeping them, stopping them. He closed the trap door on them.
Well, I wouldn't want to go up a ladder if Pasha was waiting at the top for me. And he does. He picks up a kill there on 100, and you can see he's absolutely battered him. It's given time for Virtus Pro to get the drop on him, get the rotates in. MSL and SMF have their backs to the wall. MSL's able to get a kill. It's a 1-on-2. He's going to jump around here, and it's bye-bye. Good night from Taz. And there we go, MSL. Wasn't able to clutch in that 1v3 situation. Virtus Pro get the pistol, and now this is where it gets hard. This is the start of the climb up a mountain. And by the way, you've got no rope, you've got no grappling hook.
You've got no cleats.
Yeah, it's just...
Your fingers are frostbit. Man, what a struggle ahead of them here now.
Put it this way, I will go on the record now and say that if Reason do this, if they win this map and go on to win the 3 against Virtus Pro to take this final, it is one of the greatest performances in Counter-Strike history from this position to win this final.
Yeah. And VP are also, they seem to struggle a little bit on T side of Nuke, but their CT side is impeccable. It is a very, very solid CT side. So it doesn't bother VP at all that this is the map, that they are on Nuke right now and that they are on the defense. Is going to be hard for them, and it's going to be another round of pistols here for them because they're just trying to save up the money for that first round buy, for that 4th round, where they can get the rifles and really start going to town here. And it looks like they're trying to get a bit of an idea here. They're actually going to go for a silo boost, so this is cool. It's not something we see all that often. But they're going to be just jumping players out onto silo, and they're going to potentially, I mean, usually what you would expect to see is them running down into main.
Yeah, but Snacks did take down the bomb carrier there, and you can see they've not reacted to Snacks in the garage at all. Bialy and Pashi as well. I mean, Snacks. I'm running out of things to say about this guy because
he's a monster.
I know it's an eco round, but it's very easy for that round to go sideways if the Glocks can just ring one headshot out on Snacks from distance. That round's completely different, but instead Snacks takes down the bomb carrier, picks up a couple of kills, ends that round before it begins, and Reason are buying AKs here. It's 3-0 to Virtus Pro. Big round incoming.
See how things develop now, because this is the first buy round now for Reason. Good spray through the wall from Bialy. He's just managing to do some, he's peppering Reason, but SMF has picked up Snacks. So this is potentially a good start. Pasha's already in the lower halls now, however, so he's going to be making sure that they can't rotate through Secret. It seems like, as far as Reason are concerned, the real place to be is in Hell, because they just keep putting players down here. But then Pasha decides to peek up from... he actually commits Pasha, and it's just frags all over the place. This is chaos. Taz is going to get overwhelmed on the site, and it's just down to Neo now. Only man alive here for Reason.
SMF is very low HP. I wonder if Neo knows that, because he's going to go up the ladder with an AWP. And he will be able to take him down with that Tech 9. He's going to push it aggressively. If he gets the kill here, and he does, ooh, it was very, very close. Takes down a MSL. And SMF gets the last one. So Reason Gaming, they cut it down to the wire, but they were able to get that round. And that is an inroad into this map.
Yeah, nice call there by SMF to come off the bomb plant and help his mate turn that into a 1-for-1 trade. If he had stuck to it, Snacks could have very well won that round for a VP. And instead, he doesn't let the bait go to waste. We got a poker game going in the same room right now, guys, so it's getting pretty hype over there.
Yep, that was God B cheering again. It looks like he's won another hand. Someone needs to look up his sleeve. That's 3-1.
It's those in-game leader tactics, man, coming in big. Oh, yeah, we are missing those. Let's see. There we go.
So, well, it wasn't even an eco round. It was just a ridiculous round shut down. It went as fast as an eco round. Bialy, again, didn't even catch that because we were tweaking the graphics in-game. But again, just that's what Bialy's capable of at any given time. So, probably he's going to get the nod from... Oh, it's hard. It's a toss between him and Snacks, but I think Bialy might just get it. My vote for MVP.
It's up there. He's had a
it's him or Snacks.
Yeah, he's had an incredible tournament. I'd almost give it to Snacks just because Snacks has an extra responsibility on his shoulders apart from getting frags and outplaying opponents.
True.
It's also calling for the team. So he's got a huge responsibility on his shoulders. But now it's going to be Bialy on this site. Taz and Snacks already doubling up, but Bialy will hunt down Freeze. However, Reason did succeed in their goal. Their intent to this round was to get the plan. They did manage that.
It was, you know, a fairly straightforward thing to do. You know, you get that dive, you get that plant, you get that money. And this is how you have to think about this game when you're playing Nuke, T-half. You know, you're not going to get a lot of rounds. Every penny counts because anything that puts an AWP in the hands of Freeze or guns in the hands of, you know, guys like Cillian and SMF, they're the guys who've got the potential to get entry frags, and that's what you need. You need to control, you know, outside. You need to control ramp room. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is by hitting a long-distance shot and getting an entry pick. So, and this is what Freeze is going to try and do here. And he's able to do it. He gets Snacks, who was at the CT side red. So you can see Freeze is just pushing. But look at Bialy's position here. Ridiculous. Allows Freeze to get another kill, though, but Bialy snuck right up on him, and Freeze is now out of this particular equation. But Virtus.pro are a man down, and it is a 4-on-3 in favor of the Danes. And they're going to be pushing through this ramp area now. Hunden's going to be the guy on point. He's going to peek, and he's going to take Neo down low, who does a sensible thing and drops lower, but isn't able to get away. Although he does kill the bomber, he does kill Hunden, isn't able to get a second frag, so SMF's going to kill Neo. And now it's Taz. Look at his position here. This is brilliant position, actually. Able to check both sides of ramp, and he gets MSL. He's going to throw a nade over. Baits out again and takes them both very low. This is brilliant play by Taz. Gets the kill on Asilian, and now SMF and Bialy in a 1v1, but you've got to back Bialy here. 22 HP on SMF. SMF's got to go and plant the bomb. Bialy full health.
30 seconds left, though. There are options for SMF, which is why Bialy changes up his position. He gets into vents, which allows him to rotate to upper or lower very quickly here. So SMF, if he goes for the upper side, Bialy will be able to come in through quickly through T-vents. And that looks like it's what's going to happen. I mean, 10 seconds left. SMF has no time for anything else.
Well, now he's got to plant an upper, exactly.
And I think Bialy spotted him there.
Yeah, I think he did. Bialy knows where he is, and that smoke's definitely going to give it away. So he's just going to go on the non-smoke side, go for the spray. Easy clutching Ember Bialy. I like the way Bialy just stayed calm there. He thinks, you know what? He's going to try and bait me. I'm going to go to the vents, because wherever he goes, I can be there in a split second. Really smart play. Stayed calm. Gets the clutch, 6-1 to Virtus.pro.
And the money right now is just out of control for VP. After buying, I mean, they've still got plenty in the bank for another round if they need it. Bialy's sitting on 9K after a full buy. Reason, however, it's looking grim. It's bleak. They don't have a whole lot in the bank. They are back to pistols now after that round. So they're going to have to eco one, which is going to give VP even more money in the bank before they can buy up fully here. So Freeze deciding to go up to Silo. Actually, I like that impromptu boost. It actually works. They've got a man up there now. But he's not there for long, seeing as how Snacks has his AWP and shuts him down. Snacks spots out SMF as well, going into main. Snacks denies it.
God.
Says, no, sir. He takes out Freeze as well.
It's just painful how good he is. It just can't be real. I mean, MSL's going to get the plant, but again, shut down. So it's another plant, not to much effect. But, I don't know. See what I mean? Just when I'm starting to lean to Bialy, I'm thinking to myself in my head, yeah, Bialy is the MVP. Look at that, look at all these clutches he's making. Look how smart he is. Snacks goes and does something like that. And I know it's an eco round, but again, he's making these quick shots against people with Tech 9s. Yeah. That's a dangerous gun in the current meta game.
Yeah, it is. And the Deagle as well.
Yeah.
Eventually it was the Deagle that did him in.
He's neutralized the threat. Stop them getting into main. That could have been a problem. So great play by Snacks. And Reason Gaming, they need to have a rethink here. I think I'd like to see them start throwing in a few fast rounds, like maybe just some upper pushes or something. They got to try and switch this up. And
this smoke right now is dangerous for Freeze because he doesn't know if they're going to be pushing him to T right, if Bialy's going to come up again, or if they're just sitting back, if anybody's in yard at all. Asilian's going to just bite the bullet and run right through, try and start clearing out this area because it clearly, Reason, they want the info. They want to know what's happening on the other side of that smoke.
Yeah.
Neo, in the meantime, however, he's going to be clearing up into ramp. He takes the fight here. He's going to get the first one. Can't get the second. Gets overwhelmed. But there's two players here. There are two players here.
What is going on? The kills just come. I thought it was Snacks there, but actually it was Pasha and Neo getting a couple of kills.
Two players there in ramp. What a rotation from VP. They just completely locked it down.
Yep.
Not a hope for Reason. One guy, maybe. If they can overwhelm Neo, they can get into the lower side. With Snacks, it's kind of touch and go. He has the AWP, but if he misses his shot, he's as good as dead. But with Taz there as well, that was the perfect call from VP. And now they've got the bomb. There's just no hope here for Reason. They have to back off and hold on to the guns, and that's exactly what Freeze is doing. He's as far away as he can get at this point.
And this is the thing, you know, it's... You're playing the percentages here, but this game, this final... This title is slipping away from Reason Gaming right now. Someone is going to have to step up and be counted because Virtus.pro are going to go 8-1 up here. You're running out of rounds. You need to give yourself a buffer. Because again, and Asilian gets a kill right at the end. But if you don't, again, let's say you only take one round. The pistol. It's insane, the pressure on it again. And this is what I mean. Reason Gaming have got to give themselves, a fighting chance. You know, that's what we want. We want a great final. You know? And Reason Gaming can't lie down here. Someone's got to step up and be counted and really take the fight to Virtus Pro. Is it going to be Freeze? He is going aggressive here onto the ramp. He's got a very good spawn for it, and there it is. He's got the pick now. Well played, Freeze. So, for the first time in a long time, Reason Gaming have got that numerical advantage. Taz, though, pops out of foot and gets a spray, but he's only able to get one kill. And then MSL gets him, drops back, keeps the numerical advantage in Reason Gaming's favor. And this is what they have to do. This is like a boxer, you know? Stick and move, stick and move.
Yeah, that was a real problem there. Taz needed to make it out of there alive for VP, for them to come back to at least a situation that they can build off of. Now, it's going to come down to just some sick individual play here. Pasha's positioning isn't bad. Just on the edge of window room looking into long. He could potentially catch SMF. Not sure if he saw the gun barrel there. Bit of a reaction, but he's going to be able to get
Pasha's going to get that kill onto SMF. And yeah, you're right. They didn't see him. Maybe they should have done. Maybe they should have been expecting it. And look at this. Pasha again. Great smart play from him to throw that fire down. It's actually split them. Because the Cillian's up by the window now, I think. And yet you can see him just there. So Pasha's now going to go for it. And wrecked! He's going to get Freeze. MSL's going to get the kill back onto him. But look where Snacks is as well. He knows that they're close to that window area. He's back looking at the vent. Just changes his crosshair placement at the last minute to get a Cillian. And the bomb is down. MSL has it all to do a 1-on-2 situation. But he knows that Snacks knows where he is, and Bialy's there waiting for him as well.
Oh, he's on the edge. Oh. He would have had the plant, but he missed position. He messed up his positioning.
Well, consolation prize, is he going to keep that up? Yes, he is. So, should have had the plan. You're absolutely right, Semler. Saves the AWP, but again, that's another good round. I mean, that went Reason Gaming's way. They got that early pick. Then they did a trade, so it was 4-on-3. You know, as T, you've got to force the agenda, pick a side, go in.
But Pasha getting, that's the thing, Pasha getting 2 frags for his 1 life, that's the big thing that brings it back.
It's the game changer, isn't it? It's the game changer.
Yeah. They couldn't allow Pasha to be able to pull that off. So, Reason, they're still battling here. A good buy from them, however, so they do have some rifles, rather, to work with. Look at the position here from Snacks, though. Snacks doing what Snacks does best, which is basically, I'm going to get in here and I'm going to completely eviscerate the entire team.
Just pushes through a smoke, catches him off guard again. And when are people... No. Oh, my word. When are people going to learn if there's a smoke, Snacks is in it?
Right?
Just every time, shoot the smoke.
You have to go in there with your knife swinging, pretty much. Like, there's... I don't know how many times we've seen him do it this tournament now.
Just again, you know, most people, nobody uses a smoke like Snacks.
But what's incredible is how effective he is. He still gets, I mean, he gets 3 frags out of that. Bialy is going to fall here to Hunden, but Hunden is down to 2 HP. Pasha, actually, will pick up the final frag there. But most players, we'd expect them to get 1, 2 frags, right? And I was 100% sure that Cillian would then just shut down Snacks, and maybe we could get something going there for Reason. But the fact that Snacks picks up that 3rd frag is just ludicrous. Like,
yeah, it is.
Does he actually do it?
But Snacks is a ludicrous player, you know, in the best way. Yeah. I haven't seen anyone use smokes that effectively since Ra's al Ghul from the Batman movies. The League of Shadows, you know what I mean? Snacks is obviously a member.
All right, well, here we go. Straight A-rush coming out now from Reason Gaming. They're trying to change up the pace. They're trying to catch VP off guard. Cillian all the way out onto this site, trying to find the angle. Taz, or rather Bialy, is going to do it, but they manage to get 2 frags back. Pasha somehow finds a knife somewhere in the smoke, but he's going to get caught by MSL, and Neo is now the last man alive here for VP. Oh, and he catches Cillian out, but this time around, Cillian lives with 2 HP and takes the last shot. He made up for that round versus Snacks. Reason Gaming now have 2 rounds on the board with 3 rounds remaining in the half. But what's all important now for Reason is that they win this follow-up round. If they lose this round where they're about to spend all of their money, it's going to go south very quickly.
This is where I think we're gonna get an understanding of whether this final is going to have a bit more to play or whether this is actually going to be over very quickly. Reason are switching it up now. They are going fast. MSL gets off to a terrible start with a team kill, but look at Freeze and Cillian. They're making up for MSL's mistake, and Cillian gets another kill. Cillian is starting to come alive in these last few rounds, and this is what I said they needed to do sooner. Push these fast rounds in and catch Virtus Pro on the back foot because Virtus Pro are comfortable at the moment.
We're following Pasha now.
And they don't know he's up, do they? Yeah, he's going to get a kill. Kill on Wasillian. He gets a second kill.
He dropped the bomb.
And they've dropped the bomb. Why didn't they just plant? Pasha can get a third here. Oh, he went for the reload. Freeze is going to peek. Now it's all on Neo. Now they've got to pick up this bomb. They've got the smokes, though. They're going to keep Neo out of it. Now, that thing that was just an errant smoke. I don't think Freeze knows that Neo's in main, actually.
No. I don't think they realize. But they are planning it safe, it seems like.
Well, now they do. Great shot through the smoke for SMF. He just used his sonar like a bat. Followed the sound. Takes Neo's head off at 10-3. Now, if Reason Gaming can get one more round, this map's got legs.
One more. I mean, hell, man, if they take one more round, then VP are in danger of ecoing. Actually, some miscommunication here. Bialy's going to have to drop something.
Yeah, and that's a real slow start.
But look at the money right now for VP.
Yep.
If Reason Gaming win this, there's a real chance that they can pick up 5 rounds in this half, and that would be great. That would put them right back in this match.
And I'm loving what Reason are doing here. They've tried it again, go a little bit fast, but actually, who else? Snacks in a smoke, getting kills, and Pasha and Bialy. It's quite funny because they went outside. That miscommunication that delayed them, saw them there in a perfect position to chop them all down as they went to the outside area and went to garage.
Oh,
so
the timing. Freeze unscopes just as Snacks shows himself, and then Snacks goes on to kill MSL.
It never rains, but it pours, and Freeze is going to have hard work here, 1v5, to try and save this up. I'm pretty sure Snacks is going to be hunting him down because Snacks is hungry.
He's looking. I mean, he's got it. He's got this portion of the map pinned down. He doesn't know if he's back into CT slope, but he has an idea, an inkling that someone was in garage. Right now, if Freeze could actually make it back into T-spawn, this would be a big win for him. He's actually going to manage this. This is a great play by this is a great play by Freeze. If Freeze...
Well, he is going to be able to save this up, I think. There's no need to peek. I know the temptation to get an exit kill is pretty strong, but he's gone for a spam, and it's given away his position, though, because he fired. They know where he is now. And he's got 10 seconds to stay alive here. That smoke's one thing, but here they come. They want to take that up away from him. They've got nothing to lose here, Virtus.pro. They know they can't kill him all. Or can he? He's going to get a double kill. He's going to get a triple kill. Now, surely they've got to go for it, but they don't. So, I mean, they've got money in the bank, but in the end, Freeze, that's a great save round. That's as good a save round as you're going to see.
As you can get, with that much time left on the clock as well. But the fact that he gets 2 kills, with 1 bullet, right, that's pretty good.
I mean, all I can think of there is to give Freeze the benefit of the doubt. Either he shot and it was a really stupid thing to do, or he shot to lure them in. And he was like, come and get me, boys. We're all going down. But well played by Freeze. Made the best of a bad situation. But in the end, it's academic, or is it? Freeze is going to get a great quick scope there onto Pasha. So 3 on 2 now. But look at Hunden, incredibly low. 3 HP. Needs to get a kill here, and does on a Taz. Now it's a 2 on 2, but not for long. Hunden's health working against him, and Freeze is in an incredibly difficult position. He's got an AWP, but he's against 2 riflers, 1 on upper, 1 on lower. He's got to get a bomb plant as well. And look who it is. It's the dream team of Snacks and Bialy. Only sees his head for a split second. Rips it clean off Freeze's shoulders. 12-3 at halftime. And you know, this pistol round now is... I mean, look, Taz looks half asleep. It's just been too easy.
Yeah, Taz doesn't look too challenged. I mean, they all look pretty comfortable. But Taz has said so himself, as soon as VP start to feel comfortable, they can't... It is a real risk that they start making some silly plays. So maybe that's Reason's way back into this. If they can pick up the pistol round...
Yeah.
Get Freeze that AWP. As I was saying before, right, this map, if they can get Freeze and AWP out in yard, maybe that's exactly what Reason need to turn things around. Have him shut down that portion of the map.
If they lose this pistol, Semler, we need to prepare for the final ceremony, because it's just that simple, you know. Reason have got an uphill struggle anyway. You can see Virtus.pro, as good as they are with Snacks and Bialy and Pasha, you know, playing well as well. You know, the experience of Neo and Taz in the mix, you can see them picking up T rounds. So the bomb is down on lower now. MSL's going to get that kill. Taz is going to answer back on MSL. SMF's going to get Taz. So we're trading tit for tat at the moment. But the bomb, of course, is down. And look at its position. It is down on that bomb site. There is no way Virtus.pro should be able to get that bomb.
No. Oh my God, how does Asilian get into Toxic?
Well, I don't know, but Neo just gung-ho I mean, look at this. Just no fear from Neo, and he's going to get the kill on a freeze. And let's not forget, Asilian's in Toxic. They know he's there, and they know he's low HP because Neo emptied a clip into his heals. Yeah. So the bomb's going down. Asilian can't peek. They know he's in there. He's not going to live. And Bialy is going to get a kill here. And now it's a 1v1. Hunden, the in-game leader, for Reason, needs to lead by example. Neo, 20 seconds. He's going to brain it. He's going to take the bomb to upper here. He's going to go through the vents. But Hunden's going to see it, so Neo's going to go up the other side.
No problem.
But yeah, no problem. Neo's going to get this plant. That's absolutely guaranteed. And Hunden with low HP, he can only realistically come, well, yeah, he can only come from 2 directions, and he's choosing vents, which I'm not too sure about.
No, it's not necessarily questionable, but really it's the fastest route. If he can get out through the vents, he saves some time.
Yeah, it saves time, but when you've got that low HP, you don't want to be incapacitated for a split second. So here he is. He's had a look. He's looked round.
Nice flash.
To main. Yeah, it is a nice flash to keep Neo away, but he's not got this. Neo's just spamming through, and Neo had the complete read of him there. And you know what I mean? The fat lady, she's not singing yet, but she's warming up her vocal cords.
Yeah, and that nod from Neo as well at the end. Yeah. Just, you know, yeah, it's all right. I had that, guys. No problem. No stress. I mean, this is Neo.
Yeah, but yeah. Neo, like I say, he doesn't get stressed. You can't have the illustrious career he has had. One of the greatest people to ever install
seen as the best 1.6 player of all time.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a debate between him and Forrest. But that's certainly not a debate for this stream.
You ask any of the 1.6 players, and Neo was the god player.
Yeah, so. Yeah. But like I say, I think there's a worthwhile debate. But
it's up there.
Yeah.
But as far as CSGO goes, he's pretty damn good.
Yeah, well, look, put it this way. Neo's achievement list is just ridiculous. It's you know, unprecedented in the game. And the fact he's still here, you know, I didn't think we'd be seeing him on CSGO winning tournaments still. And it's great to see. Now, Reason trying to crossfire freeze, fluffs it a little bit there, but actually SMF picks up 2 kills. That's vitally important. What's he able to do here? If he can get this kill on Taz, and he is going to be able to pick up an AK here, this round has totally turned on its head. If he can get this next kill, isn't able to do it. And he was in a good position there to pull this out of the flames. But SMF couldn't come up big.
Anders hates Forest, confirmed.
Just want to say Anders hates Forest.
Apparently, I guess Anders is in the chat right now.
No, I think Anders is you. People have been calling you Anders, you know, at some point.
Really?
Yeah, it's been ridiculous. What? A lot of people talk about Anders and Semilla, but I don't think half of them know what you actually look like.
All right, well, Force Spy coming here from Reason. Hunden is going to be able to pick up Pasha early in radio, but it's going to be a quick ramp rush here by Virtus Pro. Good smoke, however, thrown down to block them off from access to this B site. So now VP are going to have to pedal their wheels a little bit here. Just spin their wheels, rather, as this is looking a little bit rough. At least some good time burn off the clock here by Reason. That was a solid play. Still curious to see exactly where VP are going to take this, though, with 50 seconds left. Neo succeeds in making the jump up onto Silo, but he's not going to find anybody out in yard. Reason really focusing on the bomb sites right now. I mean, they do have Freeze out here, but that's a hell hold. It's not exactly you know, a big hold. And he's going to miss the shot with the scout. Goes for the jumping, not going to hit it. Instead, they're going to start rushing down to that lower site. SMF takes one with him. That's a solid play. And we're going to go down to MSL now. He's going to try and drop down the vents, and he gets one. Needs to get the second. Yes, he does. Takes out Neo.
Right. Reason Gaming have got a bit of breathing room. They've got a stay of execution. Unless Taz can do something ridiculous, he can't. MSL gets his 3rd kill. And Reason had to win that. I mean, obviously, they definitely had to win it because that would have put Virtus Pro at match point. But, you know, the position they were in there with Virtus Pro being low HP, MSL came up clutch and managed to get 2 big kills.
Yeah, just huge play by MSL there. That was a must do. Like, he had to get those kills basically for his team to have a chance. If he got overwhelmed, if he got overrun quickly, that was it. It was practically over. VP would just swarm from that point forward. So for him to step up and get 2 kills in that vent, that was very nicely done.
But you can see it hasn't had too much of an impact on the ability of Virtus Pro to buy guns. And look at Snacks. He's like, oh, is there a smoke down there? I think I might go stand in it. And if he does, bad times are going to happen for the Danes. So, Reason Gaming kept themselves in it. If they win this round, the money will be bad for Virtus Pro. They keep that stay of execution rolling. Who knows? Maybe they can get a reprieve, but...
Yeah, well, if they lose this round, that execution is coming pretty damn quick. 12
rounds in a row.
Well, not only that, their money.
Yeah.
Like, it'll come very quick, you know. Maybe if they had a little bit more of a buffer, they could extend.
Yeah, they got to keep going. They got to keep going. There's now no margin for error. So, 48,000 people watching. Maybe they're about to witness one of the greatest comebacks of all time. SMF, he believes, gets a kill onto Snacks, gets a second onto Neo. Taz going to answer back, but they're going to push into lower Virtus Pro. Only 20 seconds, though. They have got to go and get this plant. Hunden on the rotate, and Cillian's going to get that kill. And MSN and Hunden on the rotate pick up a couple of frags. Virtus Pro got an eco coming in now, so we are realistically looking at 14-6, unless the mastermind Snacks has got a brutal strat up his sleeve. I know, man, he's going full Mr. Burns on us.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking, you know, he's got that excellent going. But it looks like it is going to be full P250s across the board here for the team. So nothing crazy in mind coming out of Neo, or out of Snacks. Neo either. Neo actually decides not to run into the flames, which is, you know,
we've just been told we actually hit 70,000 viewers overall, which I think is brilliant for
fantastic.
Yeah, Take's first tournament. Really happy for him. But right now, there's the chance that it might go up because word might spread, the jungle drums might spread. Reason Gaming are doing it. They're doing it, guys.
Look to the sky for the smoke signals.
Tell your friends, the comeback is real. So, 4-on-2. Virtus Pro with just pistols. Playing for a few exits. No, you don't, Neo, not today. SMF. The student killing the master, and he gets another kill as well on the Taz. So, he's half their age. 14-6.
And, oh, a double eco out of VP.
Yeah, well, you know, they know they've got rounds to play with here. May as well get the economy locked down. I like this from Virtus Pro. You know, let's just do some Tech 9s. Let's get our money sorted. No problem.
I would like to see them go for an upper rush, actually, off of this. Just to see if it's possible.
Yeah, well,
Tech
they're going to go outside.
They can be fast enough.
And, you know, they'll be bumping into Freeze. You can see they're having a little look to see if he's pushed Freeze in a very passive position. He's looking up onto yellow just to see if they've boosted up there, and they haven't. So Hunden, though, look at his position. I'm liking this. Pushed onto the catwalk outside. Should be able to pick up some kills. You've got to do better than that, Hunden, bro. Come on. And Freeze is throwing the nades. It's a good call from Hunden, but they're actually going to get down into secret thanks to that smoke. And you can't allow this to happen. They've let them get past, and even though they've took some damage and a lot of them are low, well, I say that 2 of them are low. Virtus Pro have now got lower, and it's a different kind of pressure because they can get into all sorts of nooks and crannies. And Cillian's the guy who's going to have to go and dig them out.
So he's got a great position to do it.
Well, he certainly is. He blew that vent off, though, so they're going to know he's there. They're going to hurt him, but he's going to get the first kill onto Pasha. He's spamming away. He isn't able to get a second kill. They're going to push through that smoke, though, Virtus Pro, and they're all over this lower site, and there's Taz with a Tech 9. So SMF coming around on the wraparound needs to be careful. MSL, I think, saved his bacon there. He's still spamming in the smoke. He didn't realize he got the kill. Maybe sign of poor communication. Bialy's going to answer back. Bomb has managed to go down here. So Virtus Pro in a 2-on-3. They've made this round way harder than it should have been. And Bialy so close to getting a kill. SMF, again, the savior for Reason Gaming here. He is stepping up just when they need him. And it's going to go to 14-7 now.
What the important bit here is that Virtus Pro were still able to get a plant. So they're still going to consider this round a success. As far as they're concerned, it's all looking good. He'll join us on the couch, but he won't join us on the mic, so...
That's all right.
That's a shame, like, but okay.
It's late.
We'll let him off the hook this time.
But you know what? It could get later still because Reason Gaming, you know, they've given themselves a platform now. The money is good. They've won a bunch of rounds. Virtus Pro have invested heavily to try and shut Reason Gaming down here. Double AWP set up again, both Pasha and Snacks. They're going outside. They want to hunt down Freeze and just take advantage of being able to get outside. And the smoke forces Freeze back into a passive position. They can get lower if they want hit. They can get down secret. Look at that smoke. It's just, you know, so thick and murky that no one knows they're there. And
oh, they did get spotted there.
Just at the last second. You're absolutely right. So Freeze is having a little look, but too late. Pasha's got the kill. Takes down Acilian. So Virtus Pro, again, just a clinical dissection. Neo, the guy we've just been talking about, is the greatest player of all time, gets kill on 100, and SMF trades back onto him. And SMF's probably the only recent player right now who can stem the Polish tide.
And they just heard Freeze on the ladder.
Yep.
So they know exactly where he is. And they're eliminating MSL.
That's it, man. This is going to be match point for Virtus Pro. Not even Freeze can stop this. Great little headshot from the Tech Knight from him, but it's just going to be too hard, Freeze. I'm loving your effort. You've got 2 great kills here, but you've got 12 HP in the AWP. There's no way you can clutch this.
No.
Yeah, and Bialy.
Taz just stays alive.
Yeah.
Taz just stays alive.
Bialy's going to get the kill. He was the hunter. Taz was the lure in the trap. And we're now 1 round away from Virtus Pro being crowned champions of the inaugural Acer A-Split Invitational, powered by Intel.
That was a
you like that?
very quick delivery.
I've never forgotten the powered by Intel.
No, it's good. Even though, yeah, that's good. Good follow-up, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm really appreciating how thorough you've been.
You complete me.
I know.
So 15-7. Reason Gaming backs to the wall. You've got to get 8 rounds to force an overtime. Sure, you're CT on Nuke, but Virtus Pro right now, they are not scared. They are not intimidated. They are going to take the fight to the Danes. And there's Taz taking that bite. Takes a SMF, who has been the danger man for Reason Gaming with that kill. Nacilian's dropped lower. Hunden's getting taken down. Freeze has been taken down. This is it. This is the moment where it all ends, and Virtus Pro are going to be champions, barring an absolute cataclysmic mistake. Acilian doesn't look in the right spot. Pasha gets the final kill. That's it. They have done it. 3-0. Virtus Pro champions.
And a well-deserved win by them. Truly untested, just walking through this entire tournament. And they are clearly the team.
I mean, look, they have been the best-looking team all tournament. But one thing I want to address is a lot of people were saying, well, you know, they were too strong for everyone here. I don't think people realize how close Penta pushed them. I don't think people realize that Reason had the capacity to win this, you know, to win on Cobble, to make this difficult for them. It just didn't happen for Reason Gaming today, and that's down to Virtus Pro finding an extra gear. Let's get up and go and see the champions. But first of all, just before I do, I want to say commiserations to Reason Gaming. Made it to the final, their first event for Reason Gaming and their last. But they showed that they were better than a lot of the teams here, and they gave Virtus Pro as good as they could give.